Hi guys, welcome back to my study live stream. Time now is 8 o'clock 29, 18 second, 23rd second, and we begin now for today's study live stream. And the date is 13th August 2025 is Mittwoch, the third day of this week. And I feel like great and to share with you guys what my process of moving and we're stuck there, and we only left 3 days in to give the key back, and we now only transferred 2 days rent, and we still lack of 1 day 40 euro. It is so matters, and to before last meter, and this morning I get up very early, and they kind of like threaten me and to say that transfer more money and to the student apartment as us, like you Christmas haven't transfer as money, but you haven't got the caution back, caution back. Caution is like 500 euro, and the lack of money for Christmas is just like 100 some. So I think that can kind of balance. I don't know why last Christmas that the person still follows me and to urge money back, like for 10 days rent. I guess it's like each day is 20 euro. That is 100, 230 some. But I am not sure. And the caution is doubled. And so I don't think that still need to process me, and they can sufficiently go and from the Starker Spandau area really get mine. This kind of people, and before last meet I placed you go. Yeah, if you don't want and still want that so December rent, because we haven't moved in it, and the contract that is informal contract, so that is ineffective. Actually, not ineffective. It's informal contract and personal made, and he has not saying that the rent of the December should give back, and he wants to use my energy and my time. That's why it's very bothered actually, and uh, they followed me like 1 year, and etc. And can also hack in my handy account, Google account, and university account, and etc. And I feel like devastating. And if they and his family can go, and his family is two daughters, and we have seen, and one wife and one son we haven't met. And from last year that the university has applied, has got a lot of people in master program, all his sons. Like we haven't made, and the energy field was quite yellow, and yellow dusted, yellow high dusted. But it's really with a low quality, and everyone seems like Marco Toto, that is the PhD, and his master made in Rostock and etc. Those kind of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern province, and has fake eyes, and that's really disgusting. But I need tolerate them because I still need 6 credit points from them, so to say, and with good grades, absolutely. So let's start this study stream. That is not just two separate things, and that is like caution is 500 euro, and the December rent we haven't moved any things into the Vono, and he has not saying as per meter, and so that is kind of like 21 10 days rent, that is 10 days rent, or 9 days rent, that is 180 euro, and 180 euro I guess is smaller than 500 euro, and they still get 310 euro and to sufficient live a whole year, right? So so from this sense, and I feel like embarrassed when they talking about 300 euro is 3,000 euro, and you should only pay like 100 euro more, and then we can begleichen uns. Das ist nicht der Fall. Wir können uns balancieren. Nein, wir sind nicht gleich, wir können das nicht balancieren. Wir können nicht das ausgleichen, weil, ähm, weil das Problem liegt an der Problematik, dass 300 ist nicht 3.000 Euro zum Beispiel. Yeah. Okay, fine. What we are going to do today is try now to go to the HBF and etc. And because we need hold someone. I am not so sure, and he already came for several days already. But I think that is kind of planned because he is kind of the public person, and so that we somehow yeah, somehow we need to do it today. But I hear the ZJ Wise voice in somehow indicated to go to the McDonald's first, eat and drink something, and then go back to the student apartment. Sufficiently to take things back to this current accommodation. Kind of so to say clearly that yeah. Before everything ends, so that we need to check the labor tax count. And yesterday, yeah, my first neighbor, Russian cookies, that he just came to visit me, and I feel like great. And the reason is he can do a lot of. He can kind of enable me to do anything, and yeah, just ignore my ignore me and just let me do anything which I can kind of favor of. And so I was kind of thinking that is happy to welcome him back. And here the environment is quite local, as relaxed as the student apartment. And because there are single policy that every apartment should only live for one people, for example. And here is more like household level, and so that bed is also double, and that's why kind of I feel like more relaxed. And but the price actually is also higher, but only like yeah, it's double price, like 600 one teaching assistant price. And so talk back, and he came to and got me leave me some messages, got me some information, and so to say that I wondered. I feel like great, happy, and to be back in the student apartment. But on the other side, I have no place to sleep. Just every time, feel like yeah, devastating, and like sleep on the street, and the other side has nothing, and just work out from one phone. That is Nian Gao Azi's phone, and I feel like, oh 天呐, how can that be? And his friends host one devastating friends gathering together, and somehow yeah, somehow his friends was photograph me, and I dared to see the mirror, and because sometimes recently this Wuno has a lot of female, and if too many females kind of conscious here and so here, I will look very fat and ugly. And so so in this sense, I really don't like Lala's wife, but you cannot just say let she go because she married him because several years ago, 2018, that that they took from you and the high points in energy and etc. They cannot just say we divorce and that's not possible. She's still using you, and even now currently it's not that high than previous, but you cannot stop them to come to here and like yesterday and several night bodies around the sofa and etc. This kind of thing. But whatever. Let's go and first to do the things which relevant to us. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Yeah, as I yesterday actually in taxi said, I don't think anyone wants to work. And if, for example, with money rewards and in some amount, then it could intensify the working wants, and otherwise, no one wants to really work. But everyone wants to gain from nothing, and if it could be in a case why not, and if you can make anything from nothing, and so why just not do that? So from my point of view, now we need back the Eden. Eden is the Luft, is the air, and it's kind of the formal name is the Tai, but we don't call that like formal name, and we just like to have some nickname and as fast as we could, and to fulfill the things in our reality instead of thinking too much in a conscious front. And as you guys know that Germany kind of capitalized society and the country, and too many thoughts, and you don't have sufficient amount of time to deal with that. And but the problem is that if you behave, for example, like if you have the behavior pattern in your action, or you action do or while you're doing things, have some pattern. Yeah, okay. Um, yeah. So, for example, like we'll take action and etc. Yeah. Then yeah. Okay. I kind of forget what I saying just now. Yeah. If you somehow kind of behave and etc. Yeah. Okay, let's just first buy the Eden and I don't know how to speak that, like ETH price, and it's not university. And yeah, I mean that to focus on what we could observe, and the conscious better not link to far away place, and instead of you can go a very far away place, but instead of that you kind of need to think that two objectives too far away, for example, and that is not very workable, and from yesterday's lesson and experience, while I am packaging all the pack everything's up, and so I feel like some kind of conscious are working, but there are too many destructive consciousness, and like those kind of consciousness destroy you, and yeah, I guess it's that one like 什么盐什么什么什么 and one PhD who got 4 years PhD in Columbia University and etc. using the Urbanian neighbor and RH and etc. Those kind of thing. Yeah, whatsoever. I guess that's the reason why they lost, and that can be absolutely cannot be achieved if you only use like a electrical box. Like you think that a master degree is just only one simple normal people's message, and if you think that you can use that to achieve your master degree and like 120 credit points, that is fine, but things are always fail, and you got another reason, and that's why energy field is quite dark, and so I supposed not to do that. Like if we can like energy field conscious to dark conscious to black and black bodied characters, and then you're gonna not first do that, because otherwise you easily gain and easily loss, and so that's what I think. Yeah. We got John Q, one UK economist in the area about behavior science, and he into the cryptocurrency world, and it's kind of like it's Q and T, and quant is 宽课, which we know in 宽课is that like you do the quantitative finance and do greater amount and only run the Q, so to say, and that's kind of different. Like a blue brothers from my master, like classmates last semester, and they only do the qualitative perspective, I guess. So it's kind of different, like what is Q and quantity, and what is P and what is price. So there is only two axes that you can kind of do this in the simple economics. I don't know, like simple things, and so I don't know. I prefer which one, but several years I only do I only actively behave Q, because that is simple. Sometimes you only focus on the 1 second succeed, and then you running 1,000 times, like 10,000 times, then you achieve things as perfectly as it could be. But the problem is that you're gonna waste a lot of time. You need a lot of time to achieve that, and so in this sense, the blue brother is much more stable, and the only P. So to say that the only P, they don't do anything and don't do the quantitative things. They only focus on what is expensive and what is important, and what is the key point. And both sides, I think, gonna work. So from my point of view, like the yellow light energy field, it's kind of more Q, because their basic value was basic their basic value, so to say, the bachelor degree was quite cheap, and that's why they can only do Q. And in this sense, like me, and several years, and don't have much more talent and gifts and etc. So you can only do Q, and until you achieve something, and like 0.1% because you are too unimportant in reality. And so if you are P and so you can always wait for a certain time point and you do that and also people to achieve things. But the problem is that only that you're gonna always feel like unoppressed because you should hold that energy field like if you align along the PPPP price. So it is only Q only P. So you never react right in this sense. Yeah, because time is price. So if you Q and you only do 0.1% thing and you're gonna lose a lot of time, but you will be safe somehow in some kind of way. But in on the other things like if you only P and what is that different? So if you only P like Blue Brothers, oh yeah, I don't know, like um you're gonna lose price. You're gonna you're gonna not lost price, but you're gonna lost Q, like lost quantity. What that means? If you have the valuable thing and even lost the quality, quantity, and what that matters, it is also not matter actually, both side. And but the Ortega like Ortega Ortega both axes. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Um. Yeah, okay. Pay price. If you Q and you're gonna pay price and you're gonna if you P you're gonna pay quantity and you're gonna pay you're gonna feel like boring because you should do the thousand times same thing, right? That's why you are dark blue and Q is every times different and yeah you're gonna lose price so yeah okay fine. So it's only mark and statistical, so to say. Okay, let's first buy the Eden. And now it's at fat coin and it's the and he came to and I yeah I really miss him only in that moment I guess. Currently Currently, I'm not so there, and I found more beneficial recently link with one because the S4 was going was went to a very academic conference, and that's amazing, and that's the basic value from the German Bundesseite, if you want to call that, and like hold some, but yes, still don't know whether the Roseman Cup will be remained or just thrown away, and otherwise it will very hard actually. And so I just today and because the price is high and so that we kind of need to things more fast. Yeah. So first time now is 8 o'clock 43, third 20, 26, 27, 30 seconds. And we buy the Ethan, like new trade. I sometimes listen to the yeah, listen to ZGY's suggestion, but in most time that two organizations that was kind of opposite. Yeah. 品我现在rotate，然后中间它又这个系统又 embed 进去了一个那个白色的一个等待的框。embedded。OK， 现在我们现在是，都有点 up 了，就有点上架了。然后那个 quant 和 around， 然后 injective， 然后都是变成了1点多，是2点多。然后我们现在有几个课程开始写，然后跟大家分享一下。然后我们马上就要出文了。天呐，我开的这个屏，希望应该没关系。然后，我用的这个平台是叫 LibreText， 然后，我用了很长时间了，大概从2020年的时候，然后就在这个上面，然后注册了。然后那个这边的话，主要是关于那个就是学校里面的一些，就是我的一些学校里面的一些事情的。然后 text 的话，它也可以连接到德克萨斯州，然后这样的话可能会好一点。然后就是对，然后没有什么要说的。好，我们现在的价格是426.001，然后是1T 哈的价格。然后我们点击的时候，我们 click 的时候是4625点829，不是892，然后就很搞笑。然后那个现在他们最新的那个 quant 的那个价格，然后是等待符号，然后它是118.11，就是下一学期的一个那个课程的那个编号。然后它的那个名字叫 mirroring inequality 还是什么，在那个 conference 里面上和我有关系，但不是我的 bachelor arbeit 的 title。然后但是我的 bachelor arbeit 的 title 是 poverty 和 redistribution。poverty in Deutschland，evidence and redistribution。然后写的是 devastating， 因为这个原因是因为也还行吧，我觉得就是怎么说呢，最主要的一个原因是和那个 inequality 是没有太大的关系，没有直接关系，但是间接关系。因为如果要 redistribution 的话 ，government 是因为不公平才引起的，是因为分配不均匀，然后在 whole society， 所以才需要 redistribution income。也就是收入，然后需要重新分配，然后是因为社会的不公平性，然后尤其是收入不公平，然后收入不公平的时候，由政府的税务作为杠杆来调控这个经济的收入分配问题。所以在这种情况下 implicit 也就是间接的，然后隐喻性的，然后说明了不公平性的问题。但是贫穷本来就是不公平的，本来就是贫穷可能不是不公平的原因，可能不是因为不公平对，不可能是因为其他的Chancengleichheit在的。所以在这种情况下，我的角度是，它其实是我们之前就是 follow 的一个，也不能说 follow 吧，不是，他现在已经是那个相当于助理教授了，好像是。他的一篇文章里面，就我们叫 Vic， 然后就 YC， 然后他的代号，然后 然后它主要就是研究的是和我们都是感兴趣的是相关领域的一些问题。然后它主要是在那个就是也不是直接说 inequality，然后但是说的就是 inattainance 还是什么 inattainance 就是 measurement 的问题，然后就是你怎么也不是 quantify 这个 problem， 但是就是说呃一些价值标准，然后不一样，然后这个比较难以衡量，然后以猜的还有什么度量衡啊之类的一些问题，这个以前台湾一个灵媒然后他讲过的，然后所以但我们是 但我们是 science degree， 然后所以现在这个问题就是在于怎么样去quantify 或者是 mirroring this kind of problem like inequality. Most time it's difficult to mirror because that is unspoken. But okay, we'll talk that later. And yeah, okay, fine. So 我们现在要 leave the working place， 我们 leave the teacher now， 然后希望大家喜欢我的那个，希望大家希望大家支持我的那个学习直播，然后我为这个频道付出了很多，然后希望我的思想可以 continue， 而不是 stop the someone else 那种感觉。行，那我们就 see each other later。Yeah. 哦，对 ，by the way，before yesterday we saw 那个谁就是要分Tiger Finance， Tiger Finance 他们的那个 speaker in etc. for like great and 因为我就说是不是又有 America 的这个 economists from far away United States and coming to Germany and real experience and what's actually going on and etc. Last time that was Perry Page, not Perry Page, it's Perry Page and afterwards is Arrigo Qua and is Agi, but he is it very similar like Ortega, and this time I guess it's now one like from United States is similar because relevant with Tiger Finance, and yeah, fine. So we just stop the side stream and show guys a later time point.